Has there ever been a time in your life where you found something new, either in your car, your room, your living room, kitchen, wherever, that has always been there, or at least you believe it has always been there? Maybe it wasn't, maybe it's new, but you're not sure about it. But now that you see it, you cannot unsee it. Let's take a seemingly uninspiring pile of rocks as an example. They don't scream at you that they are the creme de la creme of subjects or captivating views. However, they do have one thing that the more quote-unquote beautiful landscapes don't have. Think about some place that you deem beautiful or amazing, that you can't just look away. It's probably some wallpaper-like picture of a dramatic light scene or a sunset, am I right? Or perhaps somewhere remote that no one's been to, or maybe somewhere luxurious. What these scenes do not have, but a pile of rocks do, is subtleties. When it's an overcast day and the light is faint, what makes or breaks a painting is the subtle change of both value and color. Achieving subtleties in a painting is nothing easy. But learning to see these shifts, I believe, can teach us to be much better painters. Since I started this challenge, I always was looking for a beautiful landscape. And I mean, it's only been 12 days, but at the beginning I really was looking for something beautiful in its nature. And now, a pile of rocks is just what I need to paint. It is inspiring enough, it has enough color, it has enough texture. There's so much to be learned from this pile of rocks that I've passed by several times, either walking or driving. I am just starting to understand the importance and the power of subtleties in painting. When I look at the people that I look up to, most of them have that in common, that their paintings, their use of color or value or both, is very subtle. The shifts from one end to the other, either from a complementary color or to an adjacent color, is very, very subtle, and it goes through the grayscale very smoothly. As well as if, for example, there's a really big landscape and you're trying to convey this landscape to be open and expanding, it is crucial to actually be able to control the subtle changes in the landscape's value. And I don't mean like I'm doing right now, that I started first with the light color for the sky and then I'm going to the mid-tones and carefully adding the textures of the rocks. That's not subtlety, that is strategy on how to paint something. If you want to see a master landscape artist who I think is the best at both value and color subtleties, that's Scott Christensen. All of his paintings are full of subtleties, even in composition, and that's just a whole new level that I can't really get into because I barely understand the subtleties of value and color. But where I want to get at is that now that I see these subtleties and how important they are, I'm never gonna be able to dismiss another pile of rocks as unimportant or uninspiring, because I know, and from this experience today, that it's not so easy to just paint some rocks in an overcast day and make them actually pop and really feel vibrant and part of the landscape. As they say, simplicity is complexity, or simplicity is genius. And there is so much truth to that today I was actually humbled by trying to paint this pile of rocks. But what that means to me is that now I will never run out of inspiration in subjects to paint. I never knew that an inspiring bunch of rocks would become The subject that I look forward the most to try to master to paint. How crazy is that? See you tomorrow.